Dear students, today in this session we are going to learn a very important topic in physics is nothing but force and pressure. Every day we are going to school. While you are going to school, you can see some children are moving, some are sitting or at rest. What pushes or pulls them? What is the effect of this push or pull? So, for this above questions, I can answer by saying a single word termed as force. So, force or we can say in everyday life we are doing so many actions. All these actions, for example, like opening the door, while playing, kicking the football or striking the carom coin, or even for food, making chapatis, all these things need a force. So, a force is an action of push or pull. So, here I have written, see, a force is an action of push or pull which can make the object to move or moving objects to rest. It even sometimes changes the shape and size of certain objects. So, these are the effects of force. So, what are the effects of force? Force is nothing but it can able to make the stationary objects to move. That is, some objects will be at the rest. Let me explain. You just keep a football, you go and have a kick and by applying a force, the ball will starts to move. And the next, you can able to make the moving objects to stop by applying the force. So, making the moving objects to come to the state of rest. Or sometimes it may change the direction of the object, moving object. While playing hockey or football, you can see the players will move the ball and change the direction of the ball to the goalkeeper. So, by applying force, this can be happen. And also the next one, for making duff, we are changing the shapes, and that is the shape and size of an object can be changed by applying the force. So, force is action of push or pull which can make the objects to move or bring the moving objects to rest. Let me explain. Before that explanation, the force may be of balanced or unbalanced force. It may be a balanced force or an unbalanced force. So, let me explain this with an example. You can see the people playing tug of war. You can see the people who are applying greater force will be the winner. That is, the group of people who are pulling or applying greater force on the rope will be the winner. Here it will be the winner, and we can say the balanced force, here there is no motion. For example, both the sides are pulling at the same force, the rope will not move. So, here there is no motion because there is equal force applied on both the sides. That is, equal and same force will be applied. When it is an unbalanced force, it won't be equal. The force applied will not be equal. You can see when you make a weak people or a weak boy and a strong boy towards one, say who will be the winner? The strong boy will be the winner because he applies more force. So, I can say the rope will move towards the direction where the greater force is applied. So, I hope you can understand the basic concept of force. Now, we are going to see the definition of force. Force is that which changes or tends to change the state of rest. That is, that can able to change the state of rest or make the objects to move or change the shape and size of an object or move in the direction of the object. So, I repeat the definition again. Force is in which changes or tends to change the state of rest or the state of uniform motion of the body or the direction of the body or the shape of the body. So, this pushes and pull are the form of forces. The pushes and pulls are form of the forces. When you want to open a door, you have to give a great push to open the door. So, that is a force you are applying on the door. And the SI unit of force is nothing but Newton, which is named after a scientist, Isaac Newton. So, what is the SI unit of force is Newton. Now, we know that the direction of force is in the direction of push or pull applied. I have explained with the tug of war explanation example. So, where the greater force is applied, the rope will move towards that direction. So, here force is a vector quantity which have both magnitude and direction. So, what kind of quantity is that? Is a vector quantity. Why it is a vector quantity? It depends upon the direction, the force where you apply, the rope will starts to move. So, that is the meaning of that. So, force is a vector quantity which has both a magnitude and direction. I hope you can understand what is force, the basic concept of force. Now, we are going to learn about factors on which force depends. The force depends on some factors, that is, when we play game, we will apply greater force. So, when we play game, the greater force is applied, the effects also will be the greater. I can explain this with an example. While you are playing cricket, the batsman hits the ball with a greater force and you can see the ball will start to flew towards the height and reaches the boundary. That is the effect caused by the batsman on the ball, and this is the reason why if you just give a small kick or a small hit on the ball, it won't flew towards the boundary. When you want to give a 6 or 4, they will give a good shot so that the ball will move to the higher extent. So, that is one effect. So, it depends upon the force we apply. What force we are applying, the effects also will be the same. The next factor is nothing but surface area. The force depends upon the area where it acts. Let me explain this with an example or with an experiment. You just take a balloon, take a blown up balloon and you just take a pin which have a sharp edge. I am going to just prick this balloon. What happens? This balloon will, when I just prick, it will burst. But when I take so many pins like this, I have a setup like this where the pins are arranged orderly in rows and columns. Now you take a balloon and just place on the table and keep this balloon over this and keep a weight over it, and you can see it will be pressing. I hope you can understand. When I take a single balloon, just a single pin, when I prick it bursts. But here you can see number of pins are arranged in the rows and columns. Take a blown up balloon and just keep over it and keep a weight, or just give a gentle press over it, it won't burst. So you have to see why it happens. What is the thing happening there? Now, so I have pressed very hard, so it got burst. Now you can say that why it happens. This can be explained in some other terms also. I will explain that. Now we can see the pins arranged here. When a single pin pricks the balloon, it bursts, but it did not. Even large number of pins pricking the body. A single pin exerts a larger pressure. So here I produces larger pressure or force over a small area, so it bursts. But when a large number of pins are there, the balloon will not burst, which is bricking the balloon will not burst, because each pin exerts least pressure and the applied force is distributed over the balloon, so balloon will not burst. I think you can understand what I am trying to say. That is, the pressure applied and the force is equally distributed towards the surface body, so the balloon will not burst. This can be easily understand. The people who are worshipping, while they are doing, we can see the chapel of thorns. While they wear the chapel of not thorns, iron nails, they won't get hurt, because the pressure and the force applied will be equally distributed and they won't get hurt. But even a single thorn pricks your leg, immediately you will get hurt. So this is the reason why this is a factor where the force depends on. So it depends upon the surface area which is in contact. So we conclude that the effect of force depends on magnitude of the force as well as the surface area where it acts. I hope you can understand what is force and what is the SI unit of force and what are the factors it depends on, and now we are going to see the types of force. Force are of two types, one is contact force and non-contact force. Contact force is nothing but muscular force and frictional force. These two forces, we apply muscular force to lift a book or to open the door or whatever actions we do. And the next one is frictional force. Without frictional force, we can't able to stand on the ground. In the ice glaciers, we can't walk properly because there is no friction. But in the plain land, we can able to walk because it exerts a force called frictional force. The next is non-contact forces, that is gravitational force. You know that the without gravitational force we can't stand on this earth because each and every, the earth is exerting a force called gravitational force. Then magnetic force, then elastic force and electrostatic force. So these are the types of forces we studied. So I repeat again or I recall the content whatever we studied. What is force? Force is nothing but a push or a pull. So it may be a balanced or unbalanced. For the balanced force, it is equal in size and direction. For unbalanced force, it is not equal in size and direction, so that it can be able to move. It can able to move. Here it can't move. It can't change the direction. Sorry, the motion. Now coming to the next one, what is the SI unit? SI unit is Newton. And what is the effect of force? The force can able to make the stationary objects to move, make the moving objects to come to the state of rest, or changes the direction of a moving object, or changes the shape and size of the object. The next, what are the factors it depends upon? The factors is nothing but how much force you are giving, the effect also will be the same. If you give a nice slap, the pain also will be more. I hope you can understand. And the next, it depends upon the surface area. Here, as I explained with an experiment using balloons, that is, where a single pin prick a balloon, it will burst, but so many pins and just give a small press over it, it won't burst, because the force is equally distributed on the surface area, so the balloon will not burst. So the effect of force depends on magnitude of the force and the surface area. And we studied about the types of force. We have studied, that is contact force and non-contact force. Contact force has muscular force and frictional force. Non-contact force is nothing but gravitational, magnetic, elastic and electrostatic force. When I say about the surface area, when a single pin pricks, what happens? A large pressure over a small area, whereas so many pins are there means lower pressure with large, that is surface area will be big, so that it will be equally distributed. I hope you can understand this concept. Now we are going to see the next topic is nothing but thrust. So the spelling for thrust, this is T-H-R-U-S-T, thrust. So thrust is a force. Thrust is also a force which acts perpendicularly to the surface of the area or the earth or surface of the earth. For example, we can say rocket. We can see the rocket will push us from the ground and go straight, that is vertically, which is perpendicular to the earth. Here it exerts a force. So what is thrust? Thrust is a force acting perpendicularly on any given surface of the earth. This is called as thrust, and the SI unit of thrust, it is a kind of force. So the SI unit of thrust is also Newton. You can just have an imagination of rocket which moves against the, that is which stands in the perpendicular position of the earth. And now next topic is nothing but pressure. So we are often using this word pressure in our everyday life. We have a lot of pressure in our work. Because of that we get angry, everything. So pressure is nothing but it is also a force, a kind of force, which is effect of force can be explained by pressure. So we are going to then see the next topic is pressure. So what is the topic we studied after force? After force we studied a topic called thrust. What is thrust? Thrust is the force which acting perpendicularly on any given area of the earth is called as thrust, and the SI unit of thrust is Newton. Now we are going to learn pressure. The effect of force can be explained by a physical quantity called pressure. So pressure can be defined as the amount of force or thrust acting perpendicularly on a surface area of 1 square meter is called as pressure. The unit of pressure is nothing but Pascal. The unit of pressure is nothing but Pascal, which is named after scientist Blaise Pascal. Now the formula to find, as I said, pressure is the force acting perpendicularly on the area, and it can be written as F by A. What is this F? F is force. I'll just clear this board for your understanding. Force or thrust by area, that can be written as F by A. So 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton meter minus 2. That is, the unit of force is Newton and the unit for area is meter squared. So this can be written as Newton per meter square. This slash we call as per, P-E-R, Newton per meter square, or Newton meter power minus 2. Newton meter power minus 2. So this is the unit for pressure, and the SI unit for pressure is Pascal, which is equal to 1 Newton meter power minus 2 area. Next we are going to see increasing the pressure. What is the effect of increasing the pressure? How we will increase the pressure? What happens when we increase the pressure? So the effect of pressure can be increased by increasing the force. When you increase the force, the pressure also will be more, or decreasing the surface area. For example, as I said, there is a sharp pins, this sharp pins. So when you have these pins, you just just throwing the pins on the board, immediately it will go and stuck immediately, because it has a sharp end, so that when you apply enough force, and you will get a maximum effect towards that. So by increasing the force or by decreasing the surface area, where the maximum effect you will get. For example, I can say, can you able to walk on the desert easily? No, it is not possible. But camels can walk easily because it has a large padded foot, which can able to reduce the pressure and increase the contact with the sandy region. So I can say the example, this one very easily, that you can understand. You can't walk easily on the desert or sandy region, but your camels can walk, because you can see the foot of the camel will be large, padded, so that the pressure will be less and the area will be more, the contact of area will be more. Some more examples, like the heavy containers, that is many tires are provided for the heavy load containers, because to reduce the pressure and increase the contact area on the road, area of contact on the road. And the next example we can say is for your backpack. We can see on your backpack the broader straps will be given, because to reduce the pressure on your shoulders by increasing the surface area with the shoulders. So you can understand what I am saying. So we studied about the topic is pressure. Let me recall what are things we studied from the first. First we studied the topic called force, and a very simple thing you can just keep in your mind is nothing but force is a push or pull, which can able to move the object or brings the moving object to rest, or even sometimes can change the shape and size of the object. The SI unit of force is Newton, and the effect, that is it depends upon, it is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity as it moves towards the direction of the force. I explained with that with the tug of war, the game tug of war. The next one we studied is effect of force, the factors on which force depends. Force we apply, effects also will be more, and it depends upon the surface area, and explained with an experiment, that balloon experiment. You can see when a single pin pricks a balloon, it bursts, but so many pins pick up balloon, it will not burst because the force is equally distributed and the balloon will not burst. So it depends upon the magnitude of the force and also the surface area of the force. Next we studied about the topic called thrust. So thrust is a force which acts perpendicularly on any surface of the earth, that is called as thrust. An example, we can say the rocket moving against the earth surface. The unit for thrust is also Newton. The next topic we studied is pressure. Pressure is nothing but the effect of force can be explained by a physical quantity called pressure. Its unit is Pascal, and it can be written as force or thrust by area is equal to F by A. The unit of force is Newton. The unit of area is meter square. This can be written as Newton per meter square or Newton meter power minus 2. So 1 Pascal is equal to 1, that is both are equal. You can write the unit for pressure is Pascal or Newton meter minus 2. So while we increase the pressure, the force also will be increased. That is, it can be increased by increasing the thrust or force, so that you will get a maximum effect. As I said, with a knife, with a gun or a needle, when you just give a shot with a bullet, you can see a sharp edges able to penetrate into a body because it gives a larger pressure and come to contact with the body to get the maximum effects. I have explained with so many examples also. Now we are going to see the next topic is nothing but atmospheric pressure, that is the pressure exerted by the air, that is called as atmospheric pressure. So what is atmospheric pressure? Where we experience all these things? So we are experiencing every day in our life, all these atmospheric pressures are experiencing every day in our life. So atmospheric pressure means air, the pressure exerted in the air. Atmospheric pressure is nothing but pressure exerted by air. Now we see that air can occupy all the places or fill all these places on the earth. So this creates a blanket over the earth's surface, that is the blanket of air surrounds the earth is called as atmosphere. We studied in our lower classes. What is atmosphere means? The blanket of air surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. All the objects in the atmosphere, all the objects in the earth experience a force or a thrust due to this atmosphere. Now we are going to learn the definition for atmosphere. So I'll just say explain in words. Atmospheric pressure can be explained that the amount of force or the thrust acts downwards on one unit area of the surface is called atmospheric pressure. You can just have in your mind in a very simple notation that the air exerted by the pressure exerted by the air is called atmospheric pressure. This atmospheric pressure can be measured by a device called barometer, which was invented by a scientist named Torricelli. So this barometer contains mercury inside for measuring the atmospheric pressure. The liquid what is present inside the barometer is nothing but mercury, so that we can see in all the thermometers mercury is used. So in barometers mercury is used. Okay, so when we use this mercury, based on this only you can able to calculate. So what is the device we use is barometer, and who invented this barometer is Torricelli. And let me see, when you go to the higher altitudes you feel like suffocation because the atmospheric pressure is very low comparing, that is when we are on the ground level the pressure inside our body and outside the air will be equal. There won't be any change, so it will be easy to breathe. But when you go to the higher altitude, to the hill stations, you can see the people climbing with oxygen cylinders to the higher altitude mountains, because the atmospheric pressure will be low in the higher altitudes than the normal plain region. That's the reason. Now, this atmospheric pressure can be measured by the mercury column level in barometer. It can be written as mm of Hg, that is millimeter of mercury. It is also called as millimeter of mercury, that is mm of Hg. At sea level, the height of mercury column is 76 centimeter or 760 millimeter. This is denoted by the term called ATM, that is atmosphere. That is ATM is nothing but atmosphere. The atmospheric pressure is denoted by the symbol called atmosphere. Now we are going to see one atmosphere should be equal to the atmospheric pressure, that is pressure exerted by the barometer at 76 centimeter is equal to 1.01 into 10 power 5 Newton meter minus 2. So now in the SI system, one atmospheric pressure, that is 1 ATM is equal to 1 lakh Pascal. So the SI unit of atmospheric pressure is Pascal. I hope you can understand this lesson, and we are going to continue in the next class. Still we have some more lessons to complete. So thank you. We will see in the next